Good evening, all of you guys. I hope I am audible and is my screen visible to all of you? Is my screen visible to all of you guys? Okay. So, in the last week, guys, uh, we had shared 4 sets of CSAT questions with you. So, we will start with those. Okay. The first one which I would be covering is CSAT set 13. Okay. So, I would be solving all the questions from the CSAT set 13. Okay. You just let me know if you are clear with all the questions which I'm explaining. Okay, guys. One more thing, guys, which I wanted to highlight here is we are taking efforts for preparation of questions, uploading it on Telegram, and then conducting live sessions for the doubts about the questions which we are uploading. So we hope you give us that supports you, join us in large numbers so that we will be able to continue this series with you guys. Okay. We are actually preparing these questions which are of CSAT level, which are going to definitely help you in your CSAT actual examination, right? Because if you see all the questions which are of the level which actually CSAT examination has in it, right? So you are all requested to join these YouTube live sessions in large numbers so that we will be able to continue this series. Okay, guys. So let's start with the first question from the CSAT set 13. Okay, first question, guys. M and N are integers where M is less than N. This has been given to us. M is less than N. Which of the following statements is oblique are necessarily true? Okay, so these two statements have been given to us. The first one is the average of M and N will be less than 0. So what they are talking is M plus N by 2 will be less than 0. The sum of M and N will be a natural number, right? So M plus N should be a natural number, right? So these are the two statements. But if I take M ka value as let's say minus 5 and N ka value is let's say minus 2, okay? So still in this case, I'm getting M minus 2 is less than minus 5 is minus 5 is less than minus 2, right? So this one is valid, right? So if I take average of this, right, if I take average of this, so minus 5 plus minus 2 by 2, what will be the summation for this, right? It is minus 3.5. So average for this is not definite, it is not definitely greater than 0, right? What was the statement was the average of M and N will be more than 0. So in this case, I'm getting average as less than 0. So this statement is not necessarily true, right? It is not necessarily true. It will be true in some of the cases where M and N will be greater than 0. But according to the statement which has been given to us, M and N are integers. So integers can be negative integers as well. So this statement is not necessarily true, right? Now let's come to the second statement. The sum of M and N will be a natural number. So if I again take these negative integers, here you will get summation as minus 7. So minus 7 is not a natural number, right? So again, this statement 2 also becomes not necessarily true, right? So none of the above is correct. Let's see the second question, guys. The sum of all natural numbers up to 1000 with non-repeating digits, right? So what does this question is about? So for example, if I go on writing numbers starting from 1, 2, 3, okay, up to let's say 991, 992, right? Similarly, 999 up to 1000, right? What they are talking about is I want to find out such natural numbers in which there should be no repeating digits. Okay, so there should be not a single digit which is getting repeated. So if I talk about single digit number, it is 1, 2, 3. So here I can see there is no digit which is getting repeated. But if I see this number 991 getting repeated, right? If I see another number, let's say 11, one is getting repeated. So I cannot count wherein numbers are digits are getting repeated, right? Then how do I count? Is it possible to write all natural numbers starting from 1 to 1000 and count? No, right? This is the worst method of solving this question, right? Because you will completely require 1 or 2 pages to write down all the numbers from 1 to 1000 and then count, right? So this is very rude method of counting such uh, natural numbers, right? So how do you calculate, how do you count such numbers? So we use basically permutations, right? Yeah, for basic countings, right? So how do you use that? So we will first count single digit number, right? We will count single digit number. So how do we count single digit number, guys? So in single digit number, as I told you, starting from 1 to 9, there will be no digit repeated, right? So there will be definitely 9 such numbers, single digit numbers, which are not having any digit repeated. Now if I come to two digit number, right? Two digit number. Two digit numbers will start from 10 to 99, right? Now I want to count numbers which are not having any repeated digits. So I have these two choices, right? The first place and the second place. So in the first place, how many options do I have, guys, for two digit numbers? So I have total 10 digits, right? Starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 9. So I have total 10 digits, right? But can I keep 0 here? No, because if I keep 0, then it will not be a two digit number. I can keep starting from 1 to 9. So I have total 9 options available in the first place. And in the second place, I have total again 9 options. Because I don't want to repeat, but I don't want to repeat the digits, but what is happening right now? We have used one digit here, right, in the first place. But still, I have 9 options left because in the second place, I can use 0 as well, right? So, 8 digits remaining from the first place, right? Because from 1 to 9, I will be using 1 here, 8 will be remaining. And if I add 0 to that 8 digits, remaining 8 digits, I will have a total 9 options here. So, 81 two digits number I will get, wherein there will be no repetition of digits, right? There will be no repetition of digits. Now let's come to three digits number, right? Now let's come to three digit numbers, right? So I have this three places for three digit numbers, right? Now for the first place, as I told you guys, there will be 9 options because I cannot keep 0 here. In the second place, I will be again having 9 options because I have option of keeping 0 in the second place, right? But in the third place, out of 10 digits, I have already used 2 digits. In the third place, I will be remaining with 8 digits, right? Because I have used one digit here, one digit here. So totally I have 10 digits, out of which I have used 2. So I will be remaining with 8 digits. So 8 options will be there for the third place. So how many numbers I will be getting here? 81 into 8, right? So 640 plus 8, it is 648. Now let's calculate the summation of all these. Single digit number are 9 plus 81 plus 648. So if you calculate this together, you will get the summation of total 738 digits, 738 numbers. So from 1 to 1000, there will be total 738 numbers where there will be no repetition of digits, right? So option D becomes correct answer in this case. Okay, guys. Now let's see the next question. Next question is, a girl starts adding consecutive natural numbers starting with 1, right? After reaching a total of 1000, she realizes that she has made a mistake of double counting one number. So basically, she has counted one number twice, right? So find the number which has been counted double by her. So we have to basically find out the number which has been counted twice by that girl, right? So guys, let's say for example, if I start counting natural numbers starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, let's say up to 10. What will be the summation up to here? So as you know, summation of natural numbers is basically given by one formula, which is S equal to n into n plus 1 by 2, where S is the summation and n is the natural numbers up to which you are counting the sum. So up to 10, what will be the summation? It will be 10 into 10 plus 1, yani 11 by 2, right? So up to 10, there will be 55 at summation. Okay. Now this formula will be valid for natural numbers up to infinity, basically, right? So not up to infinity. Infinity's summation will be again infinity, but up to natural numbers where you want to basically count the summation. Now up to 1000, guys, we will have to see up to what natural number she has gone, right? So basically, if I go to 20, okay, if I count the summation of natural numbers up to 20, starting from 1, 2, 3 up to 20. So what will be the summation? It will be 20 into 21 by 2, right? It will be basically how much? 210, right? It will be basically 210. Now we want to reach to up to 1000. Now let's see guys, if I see all the options here, okay, it is 44, 45, 10, 12, but we want to count the missing number. But up to 20, we are getting summation only as 210. Now let's see, if I count summation up to 30, so it will be 30 into 31 by 2, right? So 15, so that will be 450 plus 15, right? Again 465, we want to reach up to 1000, so it is again not possible. Now let's see guys, as 40, so it will be 40 into 41 by 2, right? So it will be 20. Now in this case, it will be 2 8s are 800 plus 20, 4 2s are 800 plus 20, it is 4 820. Now we are close to 1000. Now let's see, if I do S43, if I want to check summation up to 43, so it will be 43 into 44 by 2, so that will be 22 into 43. What will be the summation of 43 into 22? 43 into 22 will be basically 946. So we are very close, right? Now, if I take summation up to S44 now, it will be 44 into 45 by 2. Again 22 into 45. So what will be 22 into 45? 22 into 45 will be 990, right? It will be 990. Now tell me guys, if I add one more number to it, okay, if we are now up to S44, right? We are now up to S44. We have count the summation up to 44. Now, if I add 45 to it, so it will be 990 plus 45. So this will go beyond 1000, right? This will go beyond 1000. But what is the summation that we have counted? It is only 1000, right? So 1000 minus 990 is the summation up to S44, only up to 44. Okay, so this will be 10. So which number she has counted double? She has counted 10 twice, right? So 10 is the correct answer for this question. Now let's see the next question. I hope this question is also clear to all of you guys. Okay, see the fourth one. X number of men can finish a piece of work in 10 days, right? If there were 5 more men, the work would be finished in 5 days. Now, if you pay attention closely to this question, there are certain X number of men, they were able to finish the work in 10 days. So that is basically 10x man days work, right? 10x man days of work. Now, what is happening? You are adding 5 more men to it, and you are able to reduce the work time by half, right? Now the number of days required are only 5. So basically what is happening guys, if your work is getting reduced or work time is getting reduced by half, so basically you are increasing the number of men by double, right? So now you are adding 5 more men, right? You are adding 5 more men. So basically what were the number of men before? There should be 5 exactly, because you are doubling the number of men. That is why your work is getting reduced by half of the time, right? So there should be 5 number of men initially, right? Even if you solve this question, you will get x ka value as 5, right? Now let's see fifth question. Fifth question says, Pratham lends a certain amount of money to Ashish on a simple interest for 2 years at 20% per annum, right? Now Pratham gives this entire amount to Bharti. Now here it shouldn't be Pratham, here it should be Ashish. Okay, this was the mistaken question. Ashish gives this entire amount to Bharti on a compound interest for 2 years at the same rate annually. So what is happening? Pratham is lending, let's say, rupees 100 to Ashish, right? At 20% of interest per annum for 2 years, but at simple interest, right? Now Ashish is giving the same amount to Bharti, but he is having same interest, but at compound interest, right? So he is basically compounding the money. Find the percentage of earning of Ashish at the end of 2 years of this entire amount. See now, guys. So if Pratham is giving this money to Ashish at 20% per annum, he should get how much money back? It will be 100 into 20 by 100, right? Into 2. So in this case, your interest will be 40 rupees. So he should get totally 140 rupees back, right? 100 plus 40 will be 144, 140, right? Now, Ashish is giving that money to Bharti, right? But at compound interest. So basically that amount will be how much? That amount will be 100 into 1.2 ka square. So that will be 144, right? Now out of this 144, Ashish has to give how much money back to Pratham? 140 rupees. So what is the profit that Ashish has earned? 144 minus 40. And what was the transaction amount? It was principal was 100 rupees only, right? So 4% will be basically profit that Ashish has earned during this transaction. Okay, guys. So 4% is the correct answer. Now, let's move to CSAT set 14, guys. Uh, I will solve these questions one by one. Pay attention carefully. If you have any doubt, you just put your doubt in the comment section, okay? In the live chat section, I'll cover your doubt. See, first question. Ganesh has 5 friends, of which 3 are girls and 2 are boys. Ganesh's sister also has 5 friends, 3 are boys and 2 are girls. Okay, let's see now there is one guy Ganesh and there is another girl, let's say Ganesh sister. Okay, now they are having total 5 friends. Okay, Ganesh is basically having total of 5 friends and his sister is also having total of 5 friends. But Ganesh has some number of friends who are boys. Okay, so Ganesh is having 5 friends out of which 3 are girls. So if I talk about Ganesh, let's say this is Ganesh. So 3 of them are girls, right? And 2 of them are boys, right? And similarly, for his sister, 3 of them are boys and 2 of them are girls. Okay. Now what we want to do? Ganesh and his sister want to invite 2 boys and 2 girls. Okay. There should be definitely 2 boys plus 2 girls. Okay, for a party. In how many ways they can invite 2 boys and 2 girls, such that 2 friends should be of Ganesh and other 2 friends should be of Ganesh sister. Okay, so 2 friends out of these 4 guys should be of Ganesh friend and remaining 2 should be of his sister's friends. Okay, now this is clear. In how many ways they can basically invite? See now what options we can have, guys, of inviting these two 4 friends. See now, let's say I want 2 boys and 2 girls. So what I can do? I can take 2 boys from Ganesh and 2 girls from Ganesh sisters. Right. So this is basically one way of inviting. Right. This is very clear. This is one way of inviting them. Right. Now, what can happen in other ways? Out of these 3 boys from Ganesh's friend, 3 girls, I can invite 2 girls out of these three, right? And out of these 3 boys from Ganesh sisters, I can invite 2 boys, right? So this is one way. Now you have total 3 options here. You have total 3 options out of which you are inviting 2. Again, you have 3 options. Again, inviting 2. So if you calculate 3C2 ka value, that comes out as 3, right? That comes out as 3. So you can use the formula of NCR, that is basically n factorial upon n minus r factorial, right? So if you do this, you will get 3 for this and 3 for this. Okay. So basically there are, if you want to understand this, let's say there are 3 friends PYQ. So you want to choose 2 out of them. The first one is PY, second option will be PQ, and the third option will be YQ. So these are the 3 ways in which you can invite them, right? The same thing is happening here. So 3 girls from Ganesh friend, right? Into 3. I will have to take multiplication because this pair can go with XYZ. Let's say XY के साथ it can go 3 times, right? PQ के साथ भी YQ के साथ भी. So I will have to take multiplication here. 9. In 9 ways I can do this option. What is one more option which is remaining with me? I can call one boy out of Ganesh friend, one girl, again one boy from his sisters and one girl from his sister's friend, right? So how do we do this now? Here it will be 2C1, right? Here it will be 3C1, again here it will be 3C1 and 2C1. So if I do this, 2C1 is basically 2, right? 3C1 is basically 3, right? So basically what I'm doing here, guys, now again, if I talk about these boys, these are totally 2 boys, out of which I want to just call one. So let's say there are 2 persons A and B. So I can either call A or I can either call B. So I am having 2 options. So though 2C1 is basically 2, right? Similarly, Here it will be 3C1 is 3, again 3C1 is again 3, and 2C1 is again 2. So if you do this, it will be 9 4s are 36. So if you do this total addition, 36 plus 9 plus 1. So 36 plus 10 will be what? 36, 9 plus 1, 46. So 46 would be correct answer in this case. Option C. Okay. So this was one of your PYQ in CSAT examination. Okay, guys. 36 is clear to all of you. Let's say the second question. Consider the following statements. A man had a wife, two sons, and two daughters in his family. So let's say there is one man, he is having one wife, and both of them are having two sons. Let's say S1, S2. These are two sons, right? And two daughters they are having, let's say D1, D2. Okay. The daughters were invited to a feast, and male members of the family went out to take part in picnic. Okay, so men are not at home, right? So these are men. So all of them are not at home, and daughters were invited to feast. So D1, D2 is also not at home, right? Now, the man's father did not return from his work. So whoever is the father of this man, he has not returned to home from his work. So basically, which of the following statement is true that we want to see? Only the man's wife was left at home, right? Only the man's wife was left at home. It is not necessary, right? So we have not been given any typical information about man's wife. So she can be home or she cannot be home. So option A is not definitely a correct answer. It is likely that man's wife is left at home. So there is possibility that man's wife can be at home. So this seems to be correct answer. So it is a possibility. None was left at home. So this is also not the correct answer 100%, right? More than one person was left at home. So we are not sure about this, right? So option B is correct in this case. Third question, guys, see. Third question. The ratio between speeds of Ram and Sham is 2 is to 3, right? So let's say speed of Ram and speed of Sham is 2 is to 3. Now, can you tell me, guys, if the ratio of their speed is 2 is to 3, right? What will be the ratio of the time for a finite distance? Okay. What will be the ratio of time? So time taken by Ram plus time taken by Sham will be basically inverse of this ratio, because more is the speed, less is the time, and less is the speed, more is the time, right? Now, Ram takes 20 minutes more than Sham to drive from village A to B. Okay, let's say there are two villages. So Ram is taking 20 minutes more. So time of Ram will be basically what? Time of Sham plus 20 minutes, right? Now let's put this value of time of Ram into this equation. So Ts plus 20 by Ts will be equal to 3 by 2. Now if you solve this, what will be the time for Sham? It will be 2 times of Ts plus 40. It will be equal to 3 Ts, right? So Ts is basically 40 minutes. So what will be the time of Ram? Time of Ram will be what? 40 plus 20, right? 40 plus 20 will be 60 minutes. So usually Ram takes 60 minutes to drive from village A to B. But if he double the speed, okay, if he double the speed, what will happen? His time will reduce by 1 by 2, right? His time will reduce by half because he is doubling the speed. So in this case, your answer will be 30 minutes. So if he doubles the speed, the time taken by him will be 30 minutes, right? So easy question, option A. Now let's see this fourth question, guys. A milkman mixes 20 liters of water with 80 liters of milk. So basically, initially, you have you have water as 20 liters and milk as 80 liters, right? So totally 100 meters you have. After selling one fourth of this mixture, तो 100, right? 20 plus 100, इसका वन फोर्थ अगर आप करते हो तो यू हैव 25 liters, right? So what will happen? One fourth of this, one fourth of water will be sold, right? One fourth of water will be sold. So what will be one fourth of this? It will be one fourth of 20, that will be 5 liters. And one fourth of this 80 will be 20 liters, right? So 20 liters of milk has been sold and 5 liters of water has been sold. Now what is remaining, guys? 75 liters may you have 15 liters of water and 60 liters of milk, right? 60 liters of milk. This is the composition now after selling 25 liters, one fourth of the amount, right? Now he adds water to replenish the quantity that he had sold. So what is the quantity that he had sold? 25 liters. So he will add again 25 liters of water to it, right? Now we want to find out the ratio. What is the current proportion of water to milk? Now you have 40 liters of water and 60 liters of milk. So what will be the ratio of water to milk? It will be 40 by 60. So that ratio will be 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 is the correct answer, option A. Right. Now let's see this fifth question. If a seller gives a discount of 15% on retail price, right, she still makes a profit of 2%. Now how do we understand this question, guys? You assume the cost price of certain commodity that she is selling is rupees 100. Okay. She is making a profit of 2%. So what should be the selling price for that seller? That should be definitely 102, right? Now she will have some MRP, maximum retail price, on the product that we want to find out. So what will be that MRP? She is giving 15% discount, right? So let's say that MRP is X. So X into 15% discount. So 15% discounts means what, guys? 15% discounts means she is taking only 85% of the amount, right? So 85% of the amount is basically 0.85. And after giving this 15% discount, she is selling by 102 rupees, right? That we have got selling price because she wants to make 2% profit. So this is 102. So if I calculate x ka value by this, it will be 102 by 0.85. So that will be 120 rupees, right? 120 rupees. So 120 rupees is MRP. Okay. MRP which is printed on the product. See now. Which of the following ensures that she makes a profit of 20%? Now, guys, we know cost price is 100 and MRP on the product is 120. Now she wants to make the profit of 20%. Then how do you do that? Right? Give a discount of 5% on retail price. 5% discount देंगे तो she will not get 20% का profit. Right? So basically, if she sells at the retail price only, right? Because MRP retail price is what? Retail price is what? 120. And if she wants to make a profit of 20% over the cost price of 100, then she should definitely sell at MRP only, right? So that is at retail price. So option D is correct answer. Clear? Okay. See now this CSAT 15 said, guys. Okay. Pay attention to this. Two trains cross each other in 14 seconds when running in opposite direction. Okay. Now if there are two trains, guys, which are running in the opposite direction. Let's say one train is running in this direction, another train is running in this direction. Now whenever the two objects are moving in the opposite direction, so relative speed will basically becomes their summation. Okay, st1 plus, let's say, st2. So this is relative speed. It is the speed of train first and speed of train second. Okay, because if you are traveling in the opposite direction, so speed increases, relative speed basically increases. So you have to remember this. In case of opposite direction movement, you have to add the speeds, right? Now, so basically when two trains are crossing, they are taking 14 seconds to cross each other, right? As you know, guys, as you are traveling in the train, when other train is coming in the opposite direction that of you, so automatically the time required to cross each other will be very less compared to the trains which are running in the same direction, right? You might have already experienced this, right? So you have to add the speeds because the time will be less in that case. Okay. Now, the faster train is 160-meter long and crosses a lamp post in 12 seconds. Okay. Now let's say we have these two train, fast train plus slow train. Okay. Now what they are talking, fast train is 160-meter long and it is able to cross a lamp post. So let's say this lamp, guys, and the train is crossing this lamp post, and let's say it is 160-meter long. So how much distance that train has traveled to cross this lamp? It will be basically length of this train, right? So what will be the speed of this train? लैम्प पोस्ट का जो लेंथ है दैट इज वेरी वेरी negligible compared to the length of train. That is why we will not consider lamp post ka length. So distance that fast train has covered is 160 meter. That is basically its length, and that too in 12 seconds. So it will be 40 by 3 meter per second. So this is the speed of fast train that we have got. Now what they are saying, if the speed of other train, the speed of slow train is basically 6 kilometer per hour lesser than the faster train. So faster train speed is 40 by 3 meter per second, and it is 6 kilometer per hour lesser for slower speed. So 6 into 5 by 18. This is the multiplication factor to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second. Right. So you have to multiply by 5 by 18. Right. So this will be 6 threes. Right. So 40 by 3 minus 5 by 3. So that will be, is it correct? 35 by 3. Okay. So you have the speeds for slower train as well. Now what we want to do? We want to calculate the relative speed. So relative speed will be what, guys? Speed of fast train 40 by 3 plus speed of slow train, it is 35 by 3. So that will become 75 by 3 to 25 meters per second. Now the question comes is, they are taking 14 seconds to cross each other, right? Now in this case, what will be the distance traveled by combinedly by both the train? It will be summation of their length, right? So relative speed will be basically equal to length of faster train plus length of slower train is, let's say, ls, that we want to count, and what is the time they have required to cross each other? It is 14 seconds, right? Now relative speed is 25 meter per second, that we have already got. It will be 160 plus ls by 14. So ls in this case will be what? Ls will be 25 into 14 is 350 minus 160, that will be 190 meters. So length of slower train will be 190 meters, right? Okay, guys. Now let's see this second question from this. Is this question clear to all of you? Just put S in the comment chat section so that I can proceed further. Guys, shall I proceed further? Okay. See the next question now, guys. Second question from this. Anu, Vinu, and Manu can complete a work alone in 15 days, 20, 12 days, and 20 days. So let's say these are three persons, Anu, Vinu, and Manu. They are able to complete the work in 15 days, 12 days, and 20 days individually, right? So let's calculate for such questions from time and work. You calculate the work volume. Okay, so work units we will calculate first, or work volume. So we will take LCM of all these days, right? Individual days. So 15, 12, and 20 का जो LCM आ रहा है, that is 60, right? So let's consider 60 units is the total work. Now let's calculate how much work will be completed by Anu in one day. So that will be 60 by 15, right? So 4 units per day, right? Again, it will be 60 by 12 for Vinu, right? So 5 units per day. And for Manu, it will be 60 by 20. It will be 3 units per day for Manu, right? Now, Vinu works every day, right? Vinu is working every day. So let's see now, guys. If Vinu is working every day, matlab, she is completing 5 units of work every day. Anu works on alternate days starting from first day. So what is Anu will be working on the alternate days, and she will be starting from first day. And Manu is working on alternate days and starting from the second day. So what is the amount of work that Manu is doing? 3 days, right? So 5 plus 3. So this 5 will be everywhere because Vinu is working every day. So 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 4 is what, guys? It is 9 plus 8. So this is first day, right? Second day. Third day will be again 5 plus 4. Fourth day will be again 5 plus 3, right? Again fifth day will be 5 plus 4. Sixth day will be 5 plus 3. Now it will be what? 9 plus 8 is 17. Similarly, it will be 17. It will be 17. Now 17 into 3 is basically what? 51. And how much work unit we want to complete? 60 units. So up to sixth day, we have completed 51 units, right? So on seventh day, who will be working? 5 plus 4, right? So 5 plus 4 is basically what? Vinu plus Anu, right? Vinu plus Anu. So 9 units of work will be completed. So 51 plus 9 will be 60. So on seventh day, your total work will be completed. So option D will be correct answer, right? Easy one. See now, guys. Third question. The amount Nita and Geeta together earn in a day equals where Sita alone works in 6 days. See now, let's say Nita is working and Nita is earning n number of rupees in one day. Geeta is also earning g rupees in one day. So what this statement one says, the amount of Nita and the amount Nita and Geeta earn together in one day is equal to what Sita alone earns in 6 days. So n plus g is what? 6 times of s. The amount Sita plus Nita earn in one day is equal to Geeta earns in 2 days. So 2 times of G. Right. Now the ratio of daily earnings of the one who earns the most to that of the one who earns the least. So we want to find out who earns the most and who earns the least. See now, guys, we have these two equations, 1 and 2. Right. Now let's do it by reducing by one variable. So I can reduce n very easily here, right? Because we are having n here and n here. So if I take equation 1 minus equation 2, so that will be g minus n. G minus n will be basically what? 6s minus 2g, right? So 6, this 7s will be equal to 3 times of g. So now what we have done, we have eliminated n, right? We have eliminated n. So we are getting ratio of s by g, right? S by, g by s. We are getting ratio of g by s as 7 by 3. Okay, but there is possibility that 11 by 3 can be also answer, right? 11 by 3 can be also answer. So let's try to eliminate, let's say g. If we eliminate g, so what will happen? From this first equation, let's say n plus g is 6s, right? And s plus n is 2g. Okay, what we will do is, we will try to eliminate g. So g can be written as what? G can be written as s plus n by 2, right? S plus n by 2. Now let's put this one into the first equation. So n plus g is what? S plus n by 2, that is equal to 6s, right? Now let's solve this. It will be 2n plus s plus n equal to 2 into 6 is 12s, right? Now this 2n plus n is 3n and 12s minus s is 11s. So what will be the ratio of n by s here? It will be 11 by 3. Now if you see 7 by 3 ka jo ratio that is lesser than 11 by 3, right? We want to find out the earning, the person who earns the most and the person who earns the least. So 11 by 3 will be the worst ratio that we want basically, right? This is the ratio of most to least, right? That is what we wanted. So 11 by 3 will be correct answer. So option C is correct answer in this case. Okay. Now see. Fourth question, guys. Fourth question says, suppose hospital A admitted 21 less COVID infected patients than hospital B. Okay, so you have, let's say if I say that hospital A is having X number of patients, so how much hospital B will have? It will be X plus 21, right? Because hospital A admitted 21 patient less COVID infected patients than hospital B. So B has basically 21 patients more, right? And all eventually recovered. Okay. the sum of recovery days for the patients in hospital A. Okay, so sum of recovery patients in hospital A is basically 200 and sum in case of hospital B is 152. Now, if the average of recovery days for patients admitted in hospital A, okay, so what is the summation of recovery days in hospital A is 200. Okay, what will be the average? Number of patients are X, so 200 by X, right, is 3 more than the average in hospital B. So 3 more than in average in hospital B. So hospital B ka summation is 152, right? And it will be X plus 21 number of patients and the average is more than 3. So this difference will be basically 3. Now let's solve this. It will be 200x plus 21 to the 4200 minus 152x will be equal to 3, right? So this 152 is 40, sorry, it will be 3x into x plus 21. Right, I am taking this on the right hand side. So 150, 200 minus 150 is 48. So 4200 plus 48x, that will be equal to 3x square plus 21 3s are 63x. Right, now let's solve this. This equation I am writing here. 3x square minus plus 63 minus 48 is guys 15x, right? And minus 4200 is equal to 0. If I divide this complete equation by 3, it will become x square plus 5x minus 1400 equal to 0. I have divided this complete equation by 3. Okay. Now, this 1400 can be written as 40 into 35. Right, 40 into 35. So see now, these are the two factors of this 1400. So x square plus 40x minus 35x minus 1400 will be equal to 0. So x into x plus 40, right? This is somewhat difficult question, guys. Okay. If you are stuck with this question in actual exam scenario, so you have to leave this question within 30 seconds. Okay. You cannot spend more than 2 minutes on such questions. Okay. This is little bit calculative questions and thoda sa language mein difficult to understand. Okay. If you don't get this within 30 seconds, so you have to leave such kind of questions, right? In actual exam scenario. Now, this will be x into x plus 40 minus, if I take this 35 to x plus 40 equal to 0. So x will be either 35 or x will be minus 40. So number of patients cannot be negative. So 35 would be answer. Option A. Okay. Now let's see this fifth question, guys. How many 3-digit numbers are greater than 100? How many 3-digit numbers are greater than 100 and increase by 198 when the 3-digit numbers are arranged in the reverse order? Okay, see now, let's say guys, let's say 3-digit numbers is xyz. Okay, so how do we write down the expanded form for this? It will be 100x plus 10y plus z. Okay, what will be reversed digit of this number? It will be z y x. How do we write the expanded form for this? It will be 100 times of z plus 10 times of y plus x, right? Now what they are saying, if we take the subtraction of this reversed number, okay, with respect to original number, so that is basically 198. Okay, now let's write down these numbers. Expanded form 100x plus 10y plus z minus 100z minus 10y minus x will be equal to 198, right? Now this 10 plus 10y minus 10y will get cancelled. 100x minus x will be 99x, right? Minus 99z will be equal to 198. So what will be x minus z, guys? X minus z will be 2, right? Because 99 2s are 198. X minus z is 2. So we have this x minus z, guys. X minus z we are getting 2. What are the possibilities? So x can be 9, z can be 7, right? We will get difference as 2. Then it can be 8, it can be 6. Again it can be 7, 5, right? 6, 4, 5, 3, 4, 2, and 3, 1. Okay, is it possible to have 2 and 0, guys? So if I keep z ka value as 0, so will it be a 3-digit number? Zyx will it be a 3-digit number? No. So I don't have this choice. So how many choices only have? I have from 7 to 1, right? I have only from 7 to 1. So how many possibilities I am getting for x ka values and z ka values? 7 possibilities, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 7 possibilities. But if you take this number, okay, what is the number we are having now? X, Y, Z, right? Minus Z, Y, X. Okay. Now let's say if I take 9 and 7, so it will be 9 and 7 here and 7 and 9 here. Okay. But what is the possible options for Y, guys? So y can be anything from 0 to 9, right? It can be 0, 0. It can be 1, 1, right? So I have total 10 options for y, right? From 0 to 9, 10 digits, right? I can put any digit to any digit I want, right? So 7 options for this x and z, right? So with all these 7 options, I can try 10 options for y, right? The middle digit. So totally, how many numbers I can, how many such numbers I can get? 70 such numbers I can get, guys, right? So 70 is correct option. Option B. Got it? Okay, this can be a question. This type of questions are typically asked in your CSAT examination, guys. Okay, so you have to remember this. After getting this 7, so you have to think about why. Why is getting eliminated here, but why can be anything, right? Why can be 0 to 9 anything, and you will get different number with this each value of y, right? Let's say now, guys, last set. Okay, let x be last set. I'm solving first question. Let x be a positive integer such that 19x plus 128 is divisible by x. So 19x plus 128 should be divisible by x. Okay, see now, guys, if you see this 19x, so it will be definitely divisible because it is having multiple of x in the numerator, right? So I have to just think about 128 by x. So what are the factors of 128? How do we calculate the factors of 128? It can be 1 into 128, it can be 2 into 64, right? It can be 4 into 32, right? It can be 8 into 16, right? So this way, guys, you can calculate the factors. Okay, but one way of doing one way of calculating the number of factors easily is you calculate the prime form for this number. So 128 can be written as 2 raised to 7, right? 2 raised to 7. So this is 2 is prime number, and you will not have further factorization, right? You will not have further prime factorization. You cannot further divide it to prime numbers, right? So 2 raised to 7 is the ultimate. So whatever the power you have, you add 1 to that power, right? So that will be number of factors for that number, right? Number of factors. So in case of 6, let's say you want to find out the number of factors. So how do you write? 2 into 3. So 2 is prime number, 3 is prime number. You cannot further factor it is. So what is the power of 2? It is 1. And what is the power of 3? It is 1. So what you do in this case? You take this power of 1, 2, and add 1 to it. Again, you take the power of 1, add 1 to it, and take the multiplication. So that will be 2 into 2 is 4. So how many factors? 6 has 4 factors. And what are those? 6 can be divided by 1, it can be divided by 2, it can be divided by 3, and it can be divided by 6. Right? So these are the 4 factors of 6. Right? First question is clear. So you have 8 as correct answer. Right? Because 128 will have total 8 factors. Right? And that I have written here. Okay. Now let's see the next question. See the next question, guys. 125 identical cubes are arranged in the form of cubical block. How many cubes are surrounded by other cubes from each side? Okay. See now, guys. Let's say if this 125 cube is basically what? 125 identical cubes, it means you are having 5 by 5 by 5 per OB cube, right? That is why you are getting 125 as total number of cubes. See now, guys, if I draw, let's say, a cube here for your understanding. So let's say I have to make 4 cuts so as to make 5 pieces, right? So again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm getting 5 pieces, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What they are asking, I want to calculate such number of cubes. Those should be surrounded by all the cubes from all the sides, right? Now, can I take this corner cube, guys, for counting? Because it is not, I cannot, because it is not surrounded by from all the sides. So what I will have to do, I have total 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 number of cubes in on each sides. Okay, but I cannot count this end wale cubes, right? I cannot count this end wale cubes. So I will have to subtract 2 from each of the side, and I will have to take the cube. So in this case, it will be 3 ka cube. So 27 number of cubes will be there, which will not be surrounded by any of, which will be surrounded by cubes from all the sides. So 27 will be correct answer. So 27 will be number of cubes which will basically have no face painted. अगर मैं ये पूरा cube paint करता हूँ, and if I cut into 125 number of identical cubes, so 27 number of cubes will be there which will not have any face painted, because those are cubes which are basically inside this large cube, right? So it will not be painted. Now let's see this third question, guys. Third question says, if among 200 students, 105 like pizza and 134 like burger, okay, then the number of students who like only burger can possibly be. So we want to find out the possible answer. See now, guys, many of the students have made mistake in this question. Let's say this is the circle for pizza, and let's say this is the circle for burger. Okay, so how many pizza students are there? 105 students like pizza, and 135, 134 likes burger. So let's say I will assume that X number of students are there who like both pizza and burger. Okay, but you are forgetting one thing. There will be some number of students Y who may not like both the things, who may not like pizza as well and burger as well. So basically, they don't like pizza and burger, right? Now, but totally we have 200 students. Now we want to come to total. How do we calculate the total, guys? So basically this circle, right? This circle, and only pizza wale students kitne hai? Only pizza wale students will be what, guys? That will be P minus 105. Sorry, 105 minus X. And only burger wale students will be 134 minus X, right? Now let's calculate this total summation. So total summation will be 105 minus X plus X plus, so this number plus this number plus this number, 134 minus X, and that is equal to what? Sorry, we want to also add Y. Certain number of students will be there who doesn't like anything, right? Plus Y will be equal to 200, because we have total 200 students. This X will be 105 plus 139, 134 is 239, right? Minus X plus Y will be equal to 200. So X minus Y will be what? 39. So X ka value, the difference between X and Y can be 39, right? Now, what are the possible values for X and Y, guys? X can be 39, Y can be 0, right? X can be 40 and Y can be 1. X can be 41 and Y can be 2. So in all cases, you will get difference as 39. What is the what can be the maximum value of X? What can be the maximum value of X? Maximum value of X can be 105, because you cannot make more than 105, otherwise this 105 minus X will be a negative number. So X ka maximum value can be 105, right? And Y ka maximum value can be, in this case, what will be Y ka maximum value? It will be 105 minus 39, right? So 105 minus 39 is 105 minus 40 is 65, 66, right? So Y ka maximum value can be 66. Now what we have is, we have X ka range. X ka minimum value can be 39 and X ka maximum value can be 105. Now let's calculate number of students who like burger. Only burger are 135 minus X, right? 134 minus X. So what will be the number of students, maximum students who like burger? That will be 134 minus 39, because X ka minimum value I am keeping here. So that will be how much? 134 minus 40 is 94. So it will be 95, right? And the number of students minimum who like burger will be 134 minus 105, right? So what will be this? 34 minus 5 is 29. So 29 minimum number of students will be there who like burger, and 95 minimum number of students will be there who like pizza, right? So we cannot have 23 as answer. Your answer should lie between 29 to 95. Again, this is a difficult set of question, guys. Okay. if you don't get this question in actual exam scenario, again you can skip this question, right? So certain number of questions I'm keeping for your concept understanding, right? And these are the questions which you have to prepare to live in actual exam scenario. Okay, this you have to remember very carefully. Okay, some questions would be there definitely in actual exam scene. जहाँ पे you will have to do leave those questions for homework. You cannot solve those questions in actual exam. Otherwise, you may end up by spending much time on such questions, and you may skip very easy questions. Okay, so this shouldn't happen. So in this case, the answer between 29 to 95 is only 93. So option B is correct answer. Okay guys. Okay, see this fourth question. While multiplying three real numbers, Suresh took one number as 81 instead of 18. Okay, so let's say these three real numbers are, let's say, A, B, and the other number is 81, right? So what has happened as a result, the product increased by 1260, right? So AB into 81, right? So we are taking all these as product. So what is happening, guys? The product of these numbers, A into B into 81, what should it have been? It should have been A into B into 18, because of which what has happened, your product has increased by 1260, right? Then the minimum possible value of the sum of squares of other two numbers is, right? So basically we want to find out what will be the A square minimum plus B square minimum. We have to find out this summation. See now, so basically this AB can be taken common. So 81 minus 18, okay, will be equal to 1260. So 81 minus 18 is 63. So AB into 63 will be 1260, right? And this AB will be what? 1260 by 63. This will be 2. So AB ka product will be basically 20, right? A into B is 20, right? As you know, guys, let's say for example, I have two numbers such as A into B is, let's say, 16. Then what can be the possible values of A and B? A can be 1, B can be 16, right? But what can be the minimum values of A and B? Minimum values of A and B will be 4 and 4. When the numbers are equal, then you have minimum values. Otherwise, you will see it can be 2 and 8, right? It can be the minimum value, the equal, whenever you have equal numbers, both, then you get the minimum summation, right? So if you take the summation, it will be 4 plus 4 will be 8. If you take other summation, 1 plus 16 will be 17. 2 plus 8 will be 10. When you get minimum summation, okay, only in the case if you have equal numbers, right? So if I want to make this A into B as equal numbers, so A will be root of 20 and B will be root of 20. So if you take a product of this, root 20 into root 20 will be 20. Now let's take the products of summation, squares of these numbers. A square will be what? Root 20 ka square, right? And B square will be what? Root 20 ka square. We want to take the summation, right? A square plus B square. So that will be 20 plus 20. So minimum summation of the squares will be 40. Maximum can be other number, okay? But we want to find out the minimum, right? Maximum can be what? It can be 1 into 20. So 20 ka square will be what? 400, right? Plus 1 ka square will be 1. Maximum can be 401. Okay, but we want to find out the minimum. See now. The last question, guys. Last question says, in an examination, the maximum possible score is n. Okay, the max score is what? N. Okay, while the passing marks are 45% of n. What are passing marks? Those should be 45% of n. So 0.45 into n. A candidate obtains 36 marks but falls short of pass marks by 68%. तो pass marks के कितना पीछे है वो basically it will be 100 minus 68. So sorry, he has short of 68% marks. So how much marks he has actually got with respect to passing marks? Only 32% of the marks, right? So which of the following is correct? See now, guys. Okay, so basically What are the passing marks? Passing marks is what? 0.45 times of n. And what marks he has got? Obtained marks कितने बच्चे के? Obtained marks are 32% of passing marks, right? So 32 by 100 into p, right? So 0.32 times of p, right? That is equal to 36, right? He has got 36 marks. But what is the value of p? P is what? 0.45 times of n. So 0.32 into p का value is this 0.45 times of n. 0.45 times of n. That is equal to 36. तो n का value calculate करते हैं 36 by 32 into 45 and ये नीचे वाला 100 I will write down in the numerator 2 times. Okay. Now if you solve this, uh, 4 8s are 4 9s are right, 9 5s are right. Then this 8 5s are 40 and 40 into 2.5 is 100. So 2.5 into 100 is 250. So n ka value will be 250. So what is the correct answer? N is less than 200? No. N is between 243 and 252? Yes, it seems correct answer. N is greater than 253? No. So option B is correct answer in this case, right? So option B is correct answer. Okay, guys? Yeah. Okay, whoever, guys who have not understood some questions, please go through the recording again, which will be available on YouTube. Okay. And guys, please make sure that you comment, uh, basically you like this channel and subscribe. And one more thing is you put your comments on Telegram channel if we want this series to be continued, okay, in large numbers, so that we will be able to continue this series. If we don't get response from you guys, we will not be able to continue this CSAT questions series. Okay, guys. So you are all requested to comment on Telegram channel, okay, about continuation of this series, okay, in large numbers. Okay, guys, see you next week and keep learning, keep solving the questions. Bye bye.